Hi, my name is Dawn Reams, and I'm the Executive Director here at Bridges. I'm in my 11th year as Director, and am very proud to be a part of such a wonderful organization that does such critical work in the community.
One of the things that we do at Bridges is work on breaking the cycle of domestic violence. And what I take that to mean is, working with the adult women that we work with, but also reaching out to children wherever we can and when appropriate, because unfortunately about 80% of kids who grow up in abusive homes will either be the perpetrator of abuse in their own home when they grow up or the victim of abuse. Usually it falls that men are typically the one who are abusive, so a lot of times boys grow up and are abusive towards their partners, and girls are more likely to be a victim in a situation when they grow up. And so one of the things that we try to do is really talk to kids about these issues so that there's less likely of a chance of that happening, and kind of breaking the cycle of violence, between generations.
I came to this country 15 years ago, and I am a mail order bride. And I am not ashamed to tell the world that I am a mail order bride. The first time I came here, I have no knowledge about domestic violence until an old woman who is my neighbor came to my rescue. When she heard me cry in my small apartment in Amherst Park. She asked me, "Cecilia, what's wrong?" And I said, "Is your husband treating you well?" And I cried. And she said, "You don't even have clothes, and your clothes are not appropriate for this weather." So she gave me a bunch of jackets and winter clothes, and I was very grateful. And she told me, "If your husband is doing something to hurt your feelings or to put you down or hurt you, there is a place that you can run to." And that's when I was introduced in Bridges 15 years ago.
It's inspiring to the spirit to see people to go through such trauma and actually find the strength and find the courage to move on and heal in their lives for them and their children. The agency has been providing services in the greater Nashua area for more than 30 years now. We are one of the longest standing agencies in the state of New Hampshire that does this kind of work. And Bridges has been in the community for over 30 years, and in that time we've grown from a one-person office, very small and donated space, to 3 full-time offices at this point. We have our office here in Nashua, and it's a lovely building that people can come and feel welcome and in a positive environment. We also have a similar office in Milford that's full-time. We also have a full-time shelter, which we call Janice's House. Janice's is named after one of our longest standing members of the agency. She helped to establish the shelter and really focused on it being a homey environment where people could come and they could feel comfortable rebuilding their lives. She used to donate paintings and things like that, curtains, and sew things for us to try to make sure that when they fled their domestic violence situation, they knew that they were coming to a place that believed that they were worth more and that they deserved a nice home environment and they deserved to be well cared for.
I was in a relationship with a guy. I thought I loved him, first love, and real soon it started with the yelling. If I went somewhere, he wanted to know everywhere I went. everything I did, he had to be with me. And after I had the first baby, he quit his job. He wouldn't work. After I had the second baby, it started getting more physical. You know, he was taking people's drugs, and they were kicking in my doors, coming to kill me and my kids. And he would never be there, but it was always me having to protect my kids.
I came here in March of 2006 because my two youngest children were involved in the daycare case that happened at the Nashua daycare where the teacher assaulted the children. And then my 7-year-old did a group here, and then we thought that we were going to be all right. And then this past July that just passed, my daughter's father, I had a lot of domestic violence with him, and I left him when my daughter was little, and he had assaulted me and my daughter in July of last year, and my daughter's been doing groups since then, and pretty much been struggle after struggle. You know, you're a victim and then you're victimized again. That's pretty much how I got involved here.
The day that I came to Bridges was a very unusual day for me. To me, it feels like the last day of the rest of my life, and my life will be changed forever since that day. I had got up at 8:30 in the morning to go to a trial. The trial was for a man who had killed my granddaughter 13 years prior. And last year on May 8th, there was another front page article that said, man accused of killing his infant daughter 12 years ago has just kicked his girlfriend, who is 8.5 months pregnant, in the stomach with his work boots on. It just hurt me badly that another baby had died because of him. And through that investigation came my granddaughter's casket out on Channel 9, all over the internet. Everywhere we went, people kept looking at us, and we became the victims again. It bruised Amanda on 3 or 4 occasions that we found through her autopsy. She had 5 major bruises in her head, a broken femur bone. He had hurt her a number of times, and it was quite difficult for us to understand that prior to her death because my daughter was with her all the time, and these things had to have happened when she was either in the shower or some small thing. We couldn't catch it. At the very beginning, they thought she died of sudden infant death, but until the autopsy revealed all these problems, then we knew that he was the one that did it. The first few years of Amanda's death and the healing process, we learned about the Clothesline Project and Parents of Murdered Victims. And on the 15th of April every year, or approximately, they have a Clothesline Project. And this is the project that I made for my granddaughter. And it's wonderful to see. I haven't seen it for a while. It tells about her death, and she died by the hands of her father. She was 6 weeks old. And it is in black and white what really does happen to people. It's not once in a while. It's much, much more than that.
It's a support here that you don't find anywhere else. All the social services systems out there, that's what you go looking for, that support out there, and it's not there. Here is the only place that not only I, but other women have found that it does exist.
But when I came here, they let me know that you don't have to go no further. You know, I can get it here. And I am. I really am.
I mean, I think if this place was gone, that this world would be it'd be terrible. Because this place is really helpful. It does a lot of help for people and for children. You know, they actually know that other people are out there that are going through the same thing. So I think this is a pretty good place. But if this place is gone, I don't even know what I would do. I really don't. So.
That's why I keep coming back, because this affects our lives in every single way possible. There's not one aspect of your life when you're living with an abuser that it does not touch.
This is hurting our society the way it is now. And I feel that especially this year, we just have to sit up and take notice.
My gratitude to all of you. I will never forget you. I will never forget this home away from home.